Accusations and counter-accusations are part and parcel of politics. Currently, the BJP and Congress are at loggerheads with each other. The real political fight seems to have shifted to social media theatrics, with Congress spokesperson like Supriya Srinath arguing in favor of likes and retweets should be given more credence than electoral mandates. Now it seems that the BJP too has shunned real politics and engaged in video warfare. Namaste and welcome to TFI Post. I'm your host Paurish Gupta. Let's begin. The Bharatiya Janata Party has launched a massive onslaught against their biggest rival, Congress. In a relentless social media campaign against the alleged corruption deals of Congress, the BJP is episodically releasing short videos dubbed as Congress Files. So far, it has released 3 episodes in which it has termed Congress as synonymous with corruption. The BJP has assigned a number to the collective loot supposedly gulped by the Congress leaders over the years. As per the BJP's claim, successive Congress governments caused a humongous loss of 48 trillion 20 billion 69 crore Indian rupees to the public exchequer. To explain the magnanimity of this massive loot, the BJP claimed that with the same amount, many works of national importance could have been carried out, including overhauling security and the overall development of the country. A video released by the BJP adds that using this much amount, 24 INS Vikrant, 300 Rafale jets and 1000 Mangal missions could have been made or purchased. These back-to-back videos have caused quite a stir within the political circles, with Congress leaders hitting back at the BJP and calling this as a part of political vendetta. While refuting the charges of corruption, several Congress leaders lodged a complaint with the Director General of Police in Hyderabad. They have sought intervention, claiming that the BJP is hell-bent on tarnishing the image of the Grand Old Party. Former Union Law and Justice Minister in the UPA era, Kapil Sibal, went further and claimed that, as per the data, it was the Congress that launched the crusade against corrupt individuals. Deliberately citing data until 2016, Senior Supreme Court Counsel Kapil Sibal accused that facts are contrary to the public stance of PM Modi and insinuated the ruling dispensation of saving the corrupt. Recently, addressing the party workers, PM Narendra Modi claimed that the NDA government would not shy away from taking stern action against corrupt politicians and officials. He added that the opposition has united and launched Bhrashtachari Bachao Abhiyan. PM Modi further added that his government will not bow down to the false allegations by the opposition. He even gave data to highlight that agencies have been cracking down against corruption. He mentioned that properties worth 5,000 crores were seized under the PMLA when the UPA was in power from 2004 to 2014. However, within the span of 9 years of his government, the seizures have increased to 1,10,000 crores. In a similar manner, more than twice the number of cases have been registered under the PMLA as opposed to the earlier UPA era. But this raises the question, has the corrupt really brought to the doorsteps of justice, or are these seizures and numbers of cases a drop in the ocean? Are these cases reaching their logical conclusion, and should the government not revamp the criminal and civil procedures so that justice is served in a real sense? Currently, the prosecution rate of the central investigating agencies is abysmally low. As per the data given by ED in March 2023, the agency claimed that the negative perception of a low conviction rate is false and misleading. The agency claimed that its conviction rate is actually 96%. Wow! The agency also added that the opposition's claim of political vendetta has no substance at all. If the numbers are anything to go by, the ED is the best performing central agency. Apart from the ED, the NIA claims a conviction rate of 94%. The CBI claims that it has a conviction rate of 68%. As per the ED, just 9% of investigation involved raids and less than 3% of them involved accusations against elected officials, both current or past. The ED arrived at such a high number based on the fact that it has completed trials in 25 cases. 24 of them have ended in conviction and 45 people have been declared guilty of money laundering. But the actual conviction rate seems to be far lower than what the central agencies claim to be. The Prevention of Money Laundering Act (PMLA) came into force in 2005. Since then, the ED has registered 5,906 cases till January 31, 2023. However, just 1,142 cases, or around 19%, have prosecution complaints, which are equal to charge sheets. The adjudicating body has verified approximately 62% of the attached assets, while the remaining are still pending. As data quoted in the Economic Times shows, the ED conducted searches in only 531 cases, that is, nearly 9% of the total number of cases. Further, around 4,954 search operations were carried out, which means an average of around 10 searches were conducted in each cases. As far as action against politicians is concerned, the ED stated that it registered 176 cases of money laundering against incumbent and former MPs, MLAs and MLCs. This translates to a meager 2.98% of the total cases. As per media reports, ED does not go by the narrative of a low conviction rate created by the opposition leaders. they have compared ED's conviction to the total number of cases registered. Whereas ED officials argue that how can anyone claim failure in a case that say was registered yesterday or whose trial is still ongoing. The conviction rate is calculated based on the number of cases in which trials have been completed. However, the slowness of the judicial process and other trials and tribunals cannot be discarded outrightly. After all, this has resulted in many corrupt politicians and officials to go scot-free or on bail for the time being. But this time being stretches for eternity in many cases. A similar mismatch in claims of a debatable conviction rate exists with the CBI. But in its own admission, the government acknowledged that the CBI conviction rate has seen a dip. In a submission to Lok Sabha, the government stated that the conviction rate of cases registered by the CBI over last 5 years has dropped to 67.56% in 2021 as compared to 69.83% in 2020. These contested claims of conviction rate has missed the real essence, which is the slowness of judicial process, its complexity, the gigantic loopholes, and the British era criminal and judicial processes need an overhaul and revamp. It's time for the BJP government to stop playing video games and come up with solid, actionable drafts to really hold corrupt accountable for their illegal and illicit deeds.